Well, heck, yes, well done people. I haven't got my microphone on. So, let's try all that again. Welcome to the stream. My name is Osa, and tonight we're playing Farm Sim 19 on Mercury Farms. Kids and spread out between baseball, softballs. Oh, yeah. Our kids have been misbehaving chronically, so they're not signed up for anything at the moment because they don't deserve it. No, I forgot to turn the mic on because I'm stupid. Cleared off the ends of the field so I can get an easier turnaround without crashing into the fence all the time. I think I'm probably going to have to set this up on a worker in a minute now because the potato field is going to need my attention. I do have a note on the other monitor saying please turn on, don't forget to turn on the microphone, so that's what I did. That said, with the stress of the kids the last 2 weeks, I have been missing medication doses and what have you all across the board. So forgetting to turn on the microphone is a thing. I kind of thought that with potatoes, but to be perfectly honest, with fields around about this size, it's really not that big of a deal. And since I started, I think it was, let's pull the map up, field 10 had potatoes in it, and so basically I didn't really have much choice but to either plough them in or harvest them. Well, I figured field 10's kind of tiny, so harvesting the field 10 would be kind of a good thing, I figured. So we harvested field 10 with potatoes. That puts potatoes in this. We can store potatoes in our farm silo. And from there I took all of those potatoes and planted field 9. Then harvested that and then took all of those potatoes into the silo, planted 27, and now we're about to harvest that. Now I'm probably not going for any bigger fields. I am certainly not doing this field as potatoes. And 13, 12 and 19 are also now no, sorry, that's 10. 10, 13, 12 are all ploughed together, so I'm not going to do this huge field as potatoes either. So we're going to limit ourselves to small potatoes. Since I do have potatoes, I am strongly considering getting some pigs. So what do we need to do? We need to turn the engine on. No, we need to turn the engine on. And finish off the topping without running anything over. The big problem with potatoes, especially with the roper system, is you don't have a separate topper. The harvester will top as it goes. And if you drive on potatoes, what did I do? That. Without doing this to them, you will destroy the potato crop. If you look very closely down here, you can see the little sprouts of potatoes. If I drive over this stuff, I kill the potatoes, I destroy the potatoes underground. If I take the tops off, I don't kill the potatoes. And obviously it kind of looks a bit silly running a potato harvester with a big tractor, because you need a big tractor with narrow wheels. So what we do is we come out I could run this tractor with the topper and the harvester all as one thing, but the problem is the topper is a very wide piece of equipment and the harvester is an incredibly narrow piece of equipment, as you'll see in a minute. So I do this as a separate job. I also do it as a separate job when I do sugar beets as well, although on sugar beets the header and the harvester both have the same working width. The topper and the harvester both have the same working width. But basically, once we take the tops off, we can drive over this field quite happily without damaging anything, as you can see. So these potatoes now cannot be damaged, and we're going to be able to collect all of them. In theory, we probably won't. We'll miss a few. So I'm down the bottom here. What's the harvester doing? The harvester is okay. As soon as I get both of these tractors running, then, both of the harvesters running, I'm going to have to service both of them with the wagon, so it's going to be kind of hectic. But again, because the fields are small, it's relatively easy, or it's not a problem doing potatoes. You pick a big field and oh, you are going to regret it. Okay, how's that look? That looks relatively okay. I didn't lift it off the ground, of course, I just turned it off. So pull in here and drop that next to each other. Just go, yes. So we actually have all three types of planters now. We've got a potato planter and the corn planter and a cereal planter. But yeah, and as far as cotton goes, cotton isn't a traditional UK crop at all. In fact, it's not really a traditional European crop, and since most of my farms are European, it's kind of unrealistic to do cotton. But the startup costs for cotton are kind of steep. I mean, even now on this farm, it's not like I'm rich. I've got $300,000 in debt. I've got a small harvester, I've got a small potato harvester, I've got both headers for the regular harvester, and I've got my original starting tractors. Yeah, I'll unfold this thing. We pull up to here. Where's that header? Well, let's see. Okay, that's the picker-upper thing. We'll set that off on a worker. It looks like I did really well there, and I'm cutting down one row. It's a 2-row harvester. Let's see. The DEF meter is a mod, and the 2 arrows are also a mod. That mod, the 2 arrows mod, is basically allows me to select forward and reverse. So instead of having W for forward and S for reverse, I have W for go and S for stop. Okay, he didn't like that. There's a couple of potatoes left on there. We will harvest those ourselves. There we go. So, and now because we've topped those potatoes, we can, this is why I tend to leave it on a worker, because this is a royal pain in the butt. And good evening, Bimpin. How you doing? Oh, son of a gun. I probably can't fold this up now, can I? No. Then turn it off and raise the header. Okay. Having the same problem Arthur had with his big truck yesterday. I'm so tight against this fence, I can't get this out of here. There we go. Keep going, tractor. You can do this. Honest you can. Yes. Okay. I think I'm just going to turn it down this way and tell it to go wherever it ends up. There we go. Okay. You do your worker thing. There we have it. And once again you've stopped in the middle of the wrong way. So I've been playing a bit of World of Warships offline, and I am done with the Cleveland, finally. Having played it both at tier 6 and at tier 8. I ended up a lot of tier 10 games where I had some quite amazing plays. Unfortunately, the tier 10s on my team couldn't carry the game, and I think the very last game I played as a tier 8 light cruiser in a tier 10 game, I was number 2 on the team list for experience earned, and number 1 was the Japanese tier 8 battleship, the Amagi. So 2 tier 8 ships carried the rest of the team to victory, kicking and screaming. Oh, that's where the great demand messages appear. So that's done. Surprising. So I've now bought myself a Seattle, which is the tier 9 cruiser, and I haven't played that at all yet. But surprisingly, I was getting on fairly well with the Cleveland. I did have one guy on the other team ask me how the heck I survived firing in open waters as bottom tier light cruiser, and without getting my ass handed to me. And I pointed out I was getting my ass handed to me, but I wasn't offering pure broadside, so a lot of the guys were missing. I was also staying at long range, which is tough for an American light cruiser because of the gun firing arcs are horrible. It's like archery at a mile, you know. The arrow might hit something, but it's going way up and way down. Oh, shoot. Missed that turn. But at long range, you've got the ability to dodge incoming battleship shells. Sometimes. 2 Tier 9 American cruisers. And once again, I missed the turning. What am I playing at? I got this wagon because I can drive it through here without having to try and reverse it, but I'm not doing too well today so far. So yeah, this silo will store potatoes and sugar beets, which is why I decided I wasn't going to bother destroying all the potato crop. I know, who is it? Oxygen David working on Lone Oak Farm. So I may do a playthrough on that and concentrate on cotton. Okay, who's got the most stuff? Potato Dude has the most stuff. Let's go see Potato Dude. As I said, topping this field has made the potatoes safe. So we can drive all over this field with whatever equipment we like, except maybe a plough and a cultivator, and not destroy the crop. As you see, I left it too long to clear the weeds out, so I had to herbicide them rather than we are slowly cutting the hedges and fences down. And the field over there with the soybeans in that the harvester's dutifully hauling backwards and forwards across, that's 3 fields. And we had a lot of fun chopping those hedges and fences down. In fact, we got... we got quite a lot of equipment, all things considered. Where is it? Did I only lease it? Thought I bought it. I must have leased it. Yes, I leased this thing, which was in Farm Sim 17 and wasn't provided to us for Farm Sim 19, but it is a wonderful size for chewing up fence posts. It's absolutely useless for the main part for chopping up trees because the trees won't fit into the feed mechanism. Okay, that looks like we've got all the potatoes so far. Hopefully, is this going to work? No, because the worker's gone home. Potatoes. Because the other problem with potatoes is planting them. Once you've loaded potatoes into a planter, you can't do anything with them. They're stuck in that planter forever. Because basically 1,000 litres of potatoes is worth almost nothing, and 1,000 litres of seed is worth substantially more. And you could effectively make free money by